What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I'm going to take you guys back to 1999, nearly 24 years ago. A gentleman by the name of Nick noticed a single point of light in the sky that kind of looked out of place. He got his recording device, zoomed in on this object, what looked like a single object. Once he got zoomed in on it, it was not a single object. You're going to see an incredible video here in just a minute. You'll definitely want to stick around for that. That goes back nearly 24 years. Also in this video, I want to start off over here at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. There's some activity in the northwestern quadrant right now as I do this video. See the red vertical lines? Those represent earthquake activity. And there is an ongoing swarm right now, as you can see from the list of earthquakes that I just took a screen grab of before I started this video. 3 in a row at West Yellowstone at 11:31, 11:31, 11:31, a 2.6, 2.1, 2.5, albeit small, but those are earthquakes at a supervolcano caldera, and they're not just any earthquakes. This swarm is almost in the exact same location as the 1959 7.2 magnitude earthquake that was the largest ever recorded at the supervolcano caldera and actually did some extensive damage. So right now there is an ongoing swarm near the supervolcano caldera at almost the same exact location as the strongest earthquake ever recorded at Yellowstone. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Laura H. out of Pueblo, Colorado. Fiery orange sky at either sunrise or sunset. Checking in on the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. Pretty quiet right now. Haven't seen too much activity in the last 72 hours. Checking in on the Schumann resonance the last 48 hours. We've seen a little bit of activity. Even saw a spike. This was shared with me by Dan. This is a monitor out of Italy. They detected a spike also on the 12th, and you can see some activity over here also on the 12th as well. Not quite sure of the origins of that, but that is one strong spike. Coming over here to Lake Mead, checking in on the water situation at the Lake Mead Reservoir. Continues to go down at Lake Mead and also at Lake Powell. They both share the Colorado River, and this is our primary source of water out here in the southwestern United States. And you can see over here at Lake Powell, the trend is definitely downward, and this is a new record low. However, there was no change yesterday, 0.00, so the outflow was almost identical with the inflow. So yesterday saw no change, but as you can clearly see, most of the other days the last 2 weeks have been in the red, which means the overall water content at Lake Powell is going down, and the overall water content at Lake Mead is also going down. I want to show you guys what looks like some sort of a fireball that was reported to the American Meteor Society on March 11th of 2023, spotted from the southwestern coast of Florida. Check this out. Looks like a fiery red object moving through the sky. Charles Griffin from Northport, Florida, happened to notice this thing in the sky as it was out above the Gulf of Mexico. Christopher Gallegos, also from the southwestern part of Florida, caught a video of the same object. His camera perceived it as like a dark orange moving through the sky. It doesn't look like a classic fireball. It's moving more horizontal, and you don't see any smoke or sparks coming off this thing. Doesn't necessarily look like a fireball to me, but maybe it was. Nicole Berkovich out of Bradenton, Florida. This is north of Tampa. Also saw this object in the sky, and this is original speed. I didn't do anything to it except zoom in. So people saw something out over the Gulf of Mexico. This was around 9 o'clock p.m. The object was traveling again, south to north, out over the Gulf of Mexico. I want to take you guys now back in time. We're going to 1999, and here we go. Video shared with me by Nick Hockler from July 23rd, 1999. At 10:52 p.m., he started recording something high in the sky. And based off of what I can tell here, this thing looks like it was probably, as you're going to see things, this is what it started out as being, that single point of light right there. And once he gets his camera situated, he zooms in. And if you guys have ever filmed anything in the sky, if you have to zoom in any great distance, it becomes hard to maintain a steady focal point unless you have your camera on a tripod. He was clearly doing this on the fly. Watch what happens to this single point of light when he zooms in on it. And the zoom is quite heavy. I don't know how much the zoom is, but as you're going to see, this is not a single point of light. There are multiple objects up here, way up in the sky. I'm pretty sure this is outside the atmosphere. It's difficult to say, probably up in the vicinity of the International Space Station, quite possibly higher, and that would be over 200 miles above the Earth. This thing remains stationary. There's the single point of light, which wasn't a single point of light once he zoomed in. That was some sort of a craft sitting up there that has, as you're going to see, 4 lights on it going horizontally through the picture. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do some enhancement work on this object right here, as you're going to see in just a minute. And the lights are gold, purple, and green. July 23rd, 1999. The purple lights appear to be the larger lights in the center. They're not blinking. The gold is on the right. And then this one over here on the left is green. I have another enhancement here you'll see in just a second, and the colors are crystal clear. Gold, purple, non-blinking lights, and green on the far left-hand side. This is another view, just an enhancement trying to pull forward any possible features, but this thing was in a pitch black sky, way, way up in the sky, probably well over 200 miles, because the space station is 250 miles above the Earth, and I think this was probably beyond where the space station roams in low Earth orbit. Here's another view, and you can see something else come into the field of view up there. See, there's multiple what look like stationary objects high in the sky. And again, this video is from 1999, an exceptional video camera to be able to pull in this light at such a great distance. Here in a minute, you're going to see an object from up here in the upper left-hand corner join these two objects from right up here. Watch here in just a second. You're going to see an object come down kind of quickly and stop. So he zooms back out here. You're going to see another object here in just a second come down, just like that. Watch. And that'll make 3 separate objects up here that started out as one single point of light. Watch up here in the upper left-hand corner. See it right there? Look, right there. An object just came in and joined these two. And this one, again, looks like a single point of light. And you know it's not. It's a bar light that contains 4 stationary lights just sitting in the sky. And I think those are a part of something larger, obviously. The other 2 are probably a part of something larger that we just can't see because they're too far away. I do try to pull forward features, as you're going to see here in just a couple of minutes. This looks like a triangle at times, a big triangle just steadied in the sky. There's a variety of what look like 2 triangles maybe up in the sky here at one time. Just an amazing video, once again, from almost 24 years ago. See the triangle forming here? Lights up here at the top. 1 here, 2 here, and there's actually 2 here. And those look like they form a triangle in the sky. Awesome video camera he used here to pull forward that light, and it kept it from being oversaturated, and it wasn't too pixelated. He did a really good job for not having a tripod either. And again, when you have to zoom a long ways away, it's difficult to keep a single point of light in the viewfinder. And you can tell right there he was heavily zoomed in, and any slight movement on a heavy zoom when it's not on a tripod will cause the focal point to move out of the viewfinder. But this looks like some sort of a triangle. This is in the same area as he saw the single light turn into 4 lights. Now we've got what looks like a triangle up in the sky. This was a heavy zoom right here, and you can see it kind of got overly pixelated. And right here, he zooms back out just a little bit, and you can see a definitive shape here of what looks like a possible triangle. Again, it's too far away. It may have been something altogether different. It may have been multiple objects. As you're going to see here in just a moment, you're going to see what looks like 2 triangles up here. One up above and then one down below, and then the bar light, which contains 4 stationary lights that aren't blinking, 2 purple, 1 gold, and 1 green. Definitely not an airplane or airplanes. These lights remain stationary for an extended period of time. This video was over 10 minutes long. I have condensed it down to just the footage that was crystal clear, because there was a lot of footage that was blank. He was trying to relocate these objects as they were so far away. It was difficult to stay on them, and they weren't moving. It was just they were a long ways away. I'm pretty sure they were well outside the atmosphere, probably up in low Earth orbit. See the objects here? Watch. You see this one right here, right? That could be a triangle. I'm not sure. But above it, you can definitely see what looks like a triangle above it. A larger one right there. There's what looks like a possible larger structure up there, and then the smaller one that we just saw underneath it. And I zoomed in on the small one right here, and it definitely looks like a small triangle. Don't know, guys. It's a long ways away. But this camera did a great job, and so did Nick. He managed to keep the video camera pretty steady, and we got a good view of some mysterious lights high above the Earth that seemed to make up what looked like possible crafts in the sky above the Earth, maintaining the same position. Didn't seem to be moving. He wasn't chasing these things around. It almost looked like a single point of light at times until he zoomed in, and then you could see multiple lights in this area. Really cool video. Once again, from July 23rd, 1999 by by Nick. Not sure of the location, but doesn't really matter. He did a phenomenal job recording these unknown objects high in the sky above planet Earth nearly 24 years ago. He finds something else up here. The light right there blinked just temporarily. I think that was the only time I saw one blink. Here it becomes a little overly pixelated, and then you're going to see what looks like a different structure up here. These lights here seem to be kind of rotating in a circle right here. I know it's difficult to see right there. See how they're kind of rolling? I know it's hard to tell. It was so far away that he did an incredible job even pulling the lights in. Okay, here's the 4 lights that remain stationary in a row. These are enhanced formats. Let me pause it right here. You can kind of see a void in between the lights in this particular format. That tells me that there could have been something solid in between those 4 lights right there. The 2 in the center are larger. They're purple. This one over here is gold. The one on the left is green, as you're going to see here in just a minute, through a different technique that I use to pull forward the color and kind of separate the color and the lights from the darkness of the sky. And I was really trying to pull forward anything in between the lights, but again, these things were so far away. Nick did an amazing job getting what he did. Here's the one that looked like a small triangle. See how the lights form what looked like a isosceles triangle? That's the smaller one. There was a bigger one at one time above this one here. And you're going to see the bar lights here again in just a second in a super enhanced format that pulled forward the color like this color here. This is something different. You can see that light right there in the back formed a circle. Look at that. So that tells you this thing here was more than likely of intelligent origins. Something in the sky from back in 1999, July 23rd. That was just a different format. Again, I was trying to pull forward any features. Here's the single point of light that turned into 4 lights once he zoomed in. And you'll be able to see the colors crystal clear here. Over on the far right, gold, the center purple, and the far left, green. And those lights did not blink. Those were stationary, high above planet Earth. Excellent video footage by Nick Hockler from 1999. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large for the email, come over here to the homepage of the website, look for this red banner that says Have a Large Video. Click on the red banner, drag and drop your video into the red tab. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.